Hey guys, so if you can't guess already, today's video is going to be a Halloween tutorial on how to get this glamified, mummified look. So the main goal of this makeup look is to look really hollow, really dead, but also I want to be really glam at the same time. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm first going to start off by putting on some foundation that is several shades lighter than my actual skin tone. And as you can tell, I'm putting it on. It actually blends in perfectly with my skin, but that's because my face never sees sunlight. So I'm wearing Studio Fix Fluid from MAC. This is in the shade NC15, and I am just applying it with a beauty blender all over my face and my neck. And now I'm just gonna fill in my brows a little bit. Nothing special here. I'm just using some of the lighter shade in the medium brown brow powder from Anastasia. And I'm just filling it in, maybe a little bit sharper than what I would normally do, a little bit sharper on the corners, but I'm gonna keep it pretty light looking today. So now we're gonna go in with the first eyeshadow. This is Warm Taupe from Anastasia. Any neutral toned eyeshadow will work. I just wanted to use something really soft, really in between a gray and a brown. So this color is perfect, and I'm gonna be applying it to my upper brow crease area. And I'm gonna be kind of mimicking an upside down Nike swoosh, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna be adding it right underneath the brow bone to that inner corner area, and then into the crease going down. We're kind of gonna be doing like a smoky transition, but we're gonna be transitioning the colors down instead of upward, like I do in every other eyeshadow video. So it's gonna be like smoky eye, but reverse. So I'm just layering on that warm taupe color using a MAC 217 brush, and I will also be listing all the brushes that I used in the description box because I do kind of go through a lot in this video. Now I'm gonna go in with Rich Brown from Anastasia. This is a more ashy toned brown eyeshadow, and I'm gonna be mimicking the same shape that I did with the warm taupe. So I'm adding this dark brown color with a Smith 247 brush. I'm telling you, these Smith brushes are amazing. They are like having several variations of MAC 217 brushes. Some of them are more narrow, some of them are shorter, some of them are fluffier. They are amazing, especially if you're doing a lot of blending. So I'm gonna be using a lot of those brushes today. And then you just wanna make sure you keep adding it into the brow. It's very uncomfortable. This is like my first time doing my eyeshadow this particular way. I've always loved the way that it looked, but I was never, I guess, ballsy enough to do it myself. But I really, really like the way that it turned out. But you just want to keep layering it into the eyebrows, so that way there's no like blank space in between your brow and your eyeshadow. And then now I'm coming in with black eyeshadow. This is Urban Decay Blackout, and I'm using the Japonesque Cut crease brush. So I'm going to be adding the black eyeshadow to the top of that swoosh shape that we created, and I'm just gonna be lightly pulling it downward but not covering up the other two brown shadows that we added. So we really wanna be able to see the transition, the three transitions on the lid. We don't wanna cover those up, but we wanna keep it nice and smoky. To make the black nice and sharp on the top edge, I'm using a Smith 253 brush just to outline the edges and make them really sharp. And now I'm just gonna be smoking it out on my lower lash line, so using the warm taupe and then adding the rich brown and then black on top of it, using that same Smith 253 brush. So here I'm just adding a little bit of black eyeshadow to the top lash line, so that way I can put on some mascara and some false lashes. And for false lashes today, I wanted to go super glam, so I am using the SlayLa lashes by Makeup Shayla, and these are from Flutter lashes. These ones are actually really comfortable. I'm very surprised with how lightweight they were, and they were absolutely perfect for this glam look. So now we're gonna start on the face shading, and what I'm doing here is I'm taking a Smith 118 brush and I'm adding some of the warm taupe shadow, and I'm gonna lightly start sculpting out my cheekbones. So just as if we're doing a regular cheek contour, but then I also bring it all the way down into my chin area. It makes it easier if you kind of suck in your cheekbones a little bit, so that way you can see where the natural hollows in your face are. And now we're gonna start deepening it up a little bit more. So I have this Morphe brush. This is the M529 brush. And I'm just gonna come in with that same eyeshadow, the warm taupe, and start shading it in a little bit heavier along the cheekbone. And then I also bring it up and kind of make a C shape going into my temple. So that way we're kind of mimicking just the bones in your face. And then here's where I came back in with some more darkness for the eyes. So this is the ColourPop gel liner in the color black, which is really incredible. It was my first time using it, and it was super pigmented and dark. So I added that to the waterline, and then I also came back in and set it with black eyeshadow just to make it really, really dark and smoky. And then I did add a little bit more shadow and smokiness to the lower lash line. And while I'm here finishing up the eyes, I'm going in with Metal from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is a really pretty metallic shade, and I'm adding this directly to the tear duct. So when I put eyeshadow on my tear duct, I actually stick it in straight and then pull the shadow upward instead of bringing it down. So now we're gonna go back into the cheekbone, and I'm taking a MAC 224 brush and a little bit of that rich brown eyeshadow, and I'm starting to hollow out my cheekbones a little bit more. So you can just see I'm kind of creating that hollow shape in the lower part of my cheek, just kind of outlining it and shading it until I feel like it makes me look gaunt enough. This is actually my first time experimenting with face shading like this. I watched a lot of videos from different YouTubers, so like Made You Look, Alex Faction, Desi showed me a lot in person of how to do it. It's really helpful to watch those videos. I'll link the ones that I really like down below so that way you guys can check those out. But now I'm just gonna go back in with some of the rich brown shadow, kind of start shading in the temples a little bit. I'm just pulling in and adding a little bit more depth and dimension to all the hollows of my face. And then I'm coming back in with that large Smith brush and adding some of the warm taupe shadow to start contouring the forehead a little bit more. And then same thing around my nose. So I'm taking some of that warm taupe and rich brown shadow around the nose crevices, and then just straight up sticking it in my nose, which was really, felt very weird. And now I'm just gonna come in and contour the nose a little bit more. So bring in that warm taupe shadow just right down the bridge of the nose. The more you contour, the more hollow you're gonna look, which is perfect. That's exactly the look I wanna go for. And now I'm gonna add a little bit of the warm taupe shadow into the hollows of my eyes. And if you need to find the hollows of your eyes, you can just feel it in your face. I mean, I'm so blessed in my eye hollowness area. I see it every single day because my eyes are so hollow. I didn't want to do too much hollowing on the under eyes because, you know, I want to be more glam. And then once you get the hollowness you want under your eyes, I'm gonna come in with the Anastasia Cream Contour Kit and start adding some cream contour to my forehead using just a sponge from the craft store. And then I'm just gonna flip the sponge over and add some of the highlight parts just to the very highlights of like my temple area, and then on the cheekbones and down the center of my nose. This will help, just like regular highlighting, it'll really help to elevate certain points of your face. So now we're almost done. I'm gonna add a little bit of foundation, just the NC15 to my lips using my beauty blender. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of the dark brown shadow and just add it to the center of my lips. And then if you want, you can always take it down to your neck, so you can add some of the highlight to the points of your neck that pop out. For me, I had to like stick my neck in a really weird position to even feel where my clavicles were because they do not stand out on their own. So you just want to add highlight to those parts of your neck, and then you want to add some of the darker shadow to the more sunken in parts. And the more you kind of twist around your neck, the more you can just see the natural shadows that happen and where you need to add some of the darker shadow and where you need to add the highlights. The things I have to do to make my neck stand out. Come at me. And then Desi decided to come in and give me a boob contour. She really wanted my boobs to be poppin', so that's what she's doing right now. So that's actually it for the makeup, and now I have this wig that I'm gonna tease up a little bit just to make it look really nice and messy and full and glam. And then I also decided to take some more cheesecloth, which is what my entire outfit was made out of, was just cheesecloth that I dirtied up with some eyeshadow. And then I just wrapped a little bit of that around my neck to give me like a little choker. Yes, bitch, slay me. Slay me. That wraps up this makeup tutorial. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. Have a fun and safe Halloween, and I will see you guys in my next video. I think I got some snot on it. Oh, yeah, cool.
What's with the sack? Oh, oh. Sack plays. It could be a sack of fucking gold and relics and shit.
Come at me, bro.
Get your head out of there, Jonathan.
John!
Is that a stuffed animal or is that Zoe?
Zoe, you can move.
So it looks like this. They're called caviar sticks.
Zoe, come here.
A concealer maybe for my butthole.
I almost broke my neck. Baby Gains.
Did they have nail polish back then?
Shut up! Yes!
Lay that fucking fire, bitch.
Yes!
Yes!
There you go.
Yes, bitch. Yes!
That's good.
Yes!
Yes. Slay that wall. Slay it.
Nice.
Yes, bitch. Yes, bitch. Yes, bitch.
Yes, bitch. Is your butthole clenched?
A little, yeah.